Hi, everybody. I am so excited to be here with Tiffany. Tiffany is from Nebraska. She's a mom of three, and she is just finished our program. She just graduated, and she was nice enough to volunteer to talk to us about her experience and what her thought process and her learnings of the program was. So thank you so much, Tiffany, for being here.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Cool. So tell us just give us a little bit about yourself so we know who you are and how you got here.
Well, I'm Tiffany, and I'm a mom of four boys,
Cool.
and I am a triathlete, and I have a lot of experience working with kids. I'm a fitness instructor, I'm a Pilates instructor, and that's kind of me in a nutshell. So I am pretty excited to get started with all of this.
Oh, wonderful. So how did you hear about Destrum?
I actually found you from a Facebook ad
Mm-hmm.
and listened to your intro call for that, and everything about it just spoke to me. I had actually been thinking for a long time about starting a run club of some sort, because since I'm a mom of boys, there's, a lot of programs around here that are focused on girls, and I have kids that enjoy running, and I wanted to have something that I could offer for both boys and girls. So it was just kind of something that I had always thought about, anyways, for a very long time. And so when I came across this, I was just excited at the fact that you had put everything together for me. Because, I mean, anyone can start a running club, but you have to put all of the time and effort into coming up with all of the lesson plans and so forth. And I just knew that I didn't have that kind of time in my schedule. But when I came across this, I was really excited because, it's all laid out for you. So I was pretty excited about it.
Okay. So, everybody that comes into the program, I have a call with, and I'm always like, this is going to be a call where we're going to talk about where you are and where we're going and that kind of thing. What were your expectations of when we had our call, or what was your feeling about the call?
My feeling at first was just I want to see what this is all about, and then obviously once I talked to you, I kind of felt like I already had some defined goals in mind of what I wanted to do with a running program,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that everything that I've been doing up until now, just with fitness instruction and blogging and so forth, I didn't really have a lot of direction. So my first impression was that I had a lot of direction
Mm-hmm.
in front of me that you gave me just in that initial call, and I had a bigger vision, so to speak, after that. So
Okay. So, and you're a blogger. So if you want to check out Tiffany's blog is momcantry.com, correct?
thank you. Yep, thanks.
Awesome. No, of course. Of course, of course. Okay, and so after the call and when you said, okay, how did you come to the decision process of making the leap of saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do?
Just the simple fact that you had everything laid out in front of us. I knew that by working with you, I was investing in a curriculum that has been proven. And for me, that was huge. Along with the fact that I would have one on one coaching from you throughout the entire process. And I wasn't going to be doing all of this all by myself, so to speak. I mean, I'm doing it myself, but I have you, cheering me on and giving me, all kinds of ideas that I need, or, just redirection if I need it and so forth. But the big thing for me as a former preschool teacher, former preschool director, was the fact that you had a curriculum. And
Okay.
I saw so much value in that curriculum and so much value in working with you that I knew that this was going to help me get to my goal of starting a running club that was going to not just be a running club in my community, but something that was going to be successful. So I
Okay.
have so many great ideas, and I know that it's going to be great. So,
Awesome. So let's talk about the training since you mentioned the curriculum.
mhm.
Um, what did you think? How did it go?
Oh, great, great. I love the fact that each week has a tear sheet that will help me, just put it on a clipboard or have it in a three-ring binder. Um, I've got that in front of me. And the fact that you went through week by week, lesson by lesson, and went through each class's agenda, and said, "This is what you're going to do." I mean, it's so in depth, and it's not something that I have to figure out. So for me, as a busy mom, that is great because I know that it's all just laid out for me, and I can show up. And now that I've been through the training, I feel confident, showing up for my first class, I'm going to be more than prepared just because of the fact that I feel like you've walked me through every single class that I'm going to teach.
Okay.
So that was huge for me. The sample dialogues that you included, as far as, how to talk to the kids and how to tell the kids how to do certain things. That for me is big too, because, even when you're looking through a curriculum, sometimes you just don't know how to put it in words that kids can understand, even if you've been working with kids for so long. But I just feel like you've been there, you've done it, it works, and, you've shared that with us, which is great. So.
Yeah, I always tell people, it's like what you get in this curriculum is kind of the culmination of 3 years of getting it wrong,
Yes,
and of having a game and it just falls flat, or saying something and the kids just look at you like, what? So
yes.
so that's definitely cool. And the way the instruction was delivered, our content is mostly online, and then we have the support.
Right.
How was that training?
That was great. It was something that I could just do in my free time, when my big kids are at school and my baby's napping, I can just find it online and take my lesson that I need to do that day and take my notes and pull the tear sheets to go with the notes. I felt like everything was just really user-friendly and easy to follow. And then the training calls each week were so valuable to me. I didn't feel like I actually needed to ask that many questions about the curriculum per se. It was just more or less the questions that I had pertained more to the people side of it, as far as how to, reach out with my community partners and, how to respond to certain questions. And I know one thing that we covered in those meetings was adaptations for indoor training. Since I live in Nebraska, a lot of my training is going to be indoors. And so you've gone through and done a great job of, making sure that we have options so that we can still be successful no matter where we're doing our classes. So I'm so confident in how I'm going to be sharing this.
Oh my gosh, that's like music to my ears, because it's true, and the program is one that you can run all year round.
Yes.
So it does, if you're in Nebraska, we have Minnesota, like all those cold weather states,
Yes.
It's perfectly doable. Cool. So, what was your biggest fear, like when you were starting this, or even,
My biggest fear, honestly, was just, spending a lot of money on something that, anytime you invest in anything, it's scary. But I knew that I had a plan in place, and I have a plan in place, of when I get my program started here in the next couple months. It's going to pay for itself and then some. It's going to go well beyond that. Another one of my fears was just reaching out to community partners. And, I'm on very good terms with our principal of our school, but, it's kind of intimidating to reach out and say, hey, I need to have a meeting with you. And, and then to step into that meeting. But I felt, I felt like I had the support, and how to share this program with her and the rest of the people at the school. So, I felt like whatever fear I've had along the way, you've been there to kind of help me work through that. So it's been great.
I'm your cheerleader. I'm always there for you.
Cheerleader, and I love that so much. Thank you.
No, of course. So you have a program starting in March.
In March, yeah.
Okay. Yep. And it's your first program. So how are you feeling about that? Like,
very, very excited. Yeah, it's super exciting. We've kind of gone through a lot of, finalizing stuff with the school and so forth. And I'll be starting registrations for that and getting everything started in February. So I'm just really excited about, sharing it with everybody now. So
wonderful. So you went from, just to make sure everybody understands, you went from having nothing to having a program that is starting with the school and opening registrations within those 6 weeks that we were together. Is that
Yes,
correct?
yes, yes. That plan was in place after a couple weeks, actually. So,
Okay.
once I got over the fear and went and talked to the principal, everything just went and fell into place. So,
Okay. Yeah, and it's been the case with everybody that you don't have to wait until the program is finished in order to start attracting your community partners, so that when you finish, you're already starting your program, so you're making up your investment as fast as
yeah,
possible. That's our goal for you.
absolutely, absolutely. And I do know that if I would have started something sooner or been a little bit more aggressive, I know that I would have been able to start something sooner.
Hmm.
But I just honestly, this is what was going to work for our family and our schedule. And so this is just amazing. So it's just great to have those options and those choices, and
Absolutely.
be, be empowered to do this is just great.
Yeah, and you can take this as far as you want or as little, or if all you want was to work with your kid's school because you just want to give it to your kid or whatever, that's
Yeah.
perfectly cool. If you want to rule the world and have thousands of kids, it's the same mechanism, it's the
Yes.
same program. And so it's flexible and it adapts to what you can do
Yes.
um, with you. Okay, so let me see what else I can ask you. So, what would you say if somebody, if there's a woman out there that saw the ad and she's like, I don't know, what would you tell that woman?
If this is something that you want to do, you'll find a way to do it, and you can do it. The only thing that's standing in between you and the end goal of doing this is just making the decision to say, yes, I'm going to put forth the effort and do this. I would say do it. You don't have anything to lose. So it's exciting to be able to, as a woman, stay-at-home mom, part-time employee, just to step out and just take on something like this is pretty huge, but it's possible, and you're possible to, it's possible for you to go out and do this.
Okay. And has doing this changed anything about you in terms of who you are or how you view yourself?
Actually, it's so funny because a lot of the lessons that you have taught us for the kids, I feel like I'm applying those in my own life. And not only, with this and as being a mom, I feel like, a lot of the big goals that you say that, we're going to teach these kids to make, I feel like if I'm going to expect these kids that I'm teaching to make these really big goals, I have to set really big goals for myself. And so I feel like I have been doing this with my business and then also personally as well. Um, when you put in that in combination with the running form, I've improved my running quite a bit just in the last several weeks because I feel like I'm more in tune with, posture and breathing and stride and, and when you put your mindset together with all of that, it's pretty exciting. So I've set some pretty high goals for myself in the next year,
Awesome.
just for running. So it's taken me out of my comfort zone, and I feel like it's going to be a great story either way. At the very end of what I set out to do for my own personal goals, I feel like, it's going to be something exciting to share with other people as well. So.
Yeah, it's the same was my experience, and I find it so wonderful that you said that. That here I am trying to teach the kids something, and you can't say I'm tired in a class when you're telling the kids that to think only positive thoughts. And so
Right.
sometimes I would catch myself saying that, and one of the kids would tell me, "Is like that's not a positive thought, Miss Christina." I'm like, oh, so.
It's funny when they call us out on stuff like that.
Absolutely. And so you cannot teach empowerment if you're not empowered. And so I
Right.
think like the one that has changed the most out of this whole thing is me, and the same thing is going to
Yes.
happen to you. And you'll see it just, and every time you'll learn like at a deeper level, and you're like, oh my gosh. And there's no going back,
Yes.
there's no going back to being that fearful woman that won't take a stand for herself or that won't take a step or that won't set a goal or who will think that that's just not, that might be great for other people, but it's not for me.
Right.
There's no going back to that. It's like you've crossed the threshold, like you've crossed the line, and from now on, it's just like whatever you dream of and whatever you want is possible. It may be
Yes.
hard and it may look different than maybe what you originally think, but it is possible. And once you have that belief, the world is your oyster. So
Yes.
I'm so excited for what's coming your way.
Thank you
Um,
very much.
no, of course. And any other thoughts or any other advice to anybody out there that you'd like to share?
Um, Gosh, not that I can think of. Just take the step, and if this is something that you want to do for the kids in your community, I just think that you've got the best partner in Christina
Oh,
and DS Run Club and the curriculum. It's exactly what I was looking for, and then I didn't even know that I was looking for it. But I'm so glad that I came across this because it's changing my life, and I'm really excited about everything that I'm going to be doing at my kids' school. So
wonderful. Well, thank you so much for that.
you're
I
welcome.
appreciate it. I did not pay you to say that, right?
No, you did not. Nope, you haven't paid me anything, so no, I expect nothing. I'm
Oh,
just
I
grateful for all of this.
thank you. So, do you have your website up for
I
your?
do, I
Okay,
do.
what is your website?
It's omahakidscanrun.com.
Okay, Omaha Kids Can Run. So you can check out Tiffany's website to see how her program is doing. Oh, because you don't have to call yourself DashStrøm. It's something that we talk about on the
Mhm.
course. And so you're setting up your business differently with a new name, and it's all you. And I am so, like I said, I'm so excited for your future. I'm so excited for everything that's coming your way.
Thank you.
So momcantry.com is Tiffany's blog, and Omaha Kids Can Run,
Yep.
yeah, is the her program, her running program based on this curriculum that she's setting up in Omaha. So if you're curious, go check it out. And Tiffany, thank you
Oh, you're
for this
welcome.
time.
Thank you.
It's like a
Thank you.
mutual admiration society going on here.
Yes,
So
yes.
so that was Tiffany from Nebraska. She just graduated from our program. And if you would like to see if this is an opportunity that might work for you to create a profitable children's fitness program where you generate income, get fit, and transform your community, then go to dsrunclub.com/apply and choose a time to talk to me that works for you. And in that conversation, we're going to see where you are and where you want to go, and if we are a good fit for each other. And if we are, then I can show you exactly how to do the same as Tiffany has. So again, that link is dsrunclub.com/apply. You will be taken to a very brief questionnaire, like 3 or 4 questions, so that I can be better prepared for our conversation. And yeah, so I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye bye.